everybody. Jose Valdez, Truth TV News Network, aka Jay. Want to say how you doing to everybody. Especially want to give my shout outs to the usual folk that watch me and we talk about shit and we watch shit and we give each other knowledge back and forth. And we talk about red pills and we talk about all kinds of stupid pills. We talk about the Matrix and all the crazy conspiracies that could be or could not be true. Okay? Now, I've been saying this, guys, for a long time. Okay? But, everybody starts comparing me to fucking Alex Jones and all the other cucks. I tend to know a little bit more than others. I tend to be more awake and advanced than others. Because I've been through a lot of shit, and plus I'm older than you guys. So I've been around the block. So I'm giving a shout out to all the ones who are freaking out because they just realized what really the fuck is going on. Okay? Let me see. How can a Cuban be a cuck? Well, the fact is that my family actually went through actual communism. That's how. I get to have inside knowledge of what it is to live life under a communist regime. Fidel Castro was the ultimate dictator, the ultimate communist of the communists. This guy lived almost to be 100 years old. So just until recently, I am the first generation Cuban to come here, be born here, and have an opportunity to make things different. Now, for a lot of you guys are probably second, third generation, and you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But for the ones that do, Cuban like me, and you understand that the reason why Cuban people tend to be a little bit stronger mentally is because our parents and our parents' parents went through some shit that a lot of people never experienced in their lifetime. When do you think Cuba will break away from communism? I don't know the answer to that, but the first step was getting rid of Fidel Castro, which he actually died. So at step one, what Obama did kind of opened up a little bit to a possibility of what ifs. But the Castro family is the Castro family. You think they're going to relinquish power that quickly? What about Raul? Exactly. He's still in office. And then you have the Castro sons and so on and so forth. So it may relax a little bit here and there, but at the same time, nothing's really going to change. It might open up to America. Maybe you can put some ships in there, and maybe the embargoes will drop. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really care because, honestly, I don't have any family over there. I mean, I do have family over there, but I haven't met them because I've been here so long. Like, you kind of have more friends that I know here. SEAL Team 6, good handle, Raul. There's not even a point. There's no point to that. All that's going to change. What I'm talking about here, what's up, Don Stakes? Welcome to the channel, buddy. What I'm talking about here is America. A lot of these people that are just trying to realize what's been happening for the longest time. What's up, B Greer, 56. What I'm talking about, the people here. You guys, I haven't done Periscope for a long time, but I've done YouTube for years and years. I've spoken about this topic quite a bit. And I have had family members call me a conspiracy theorist every time I try. Anytime I talk about anything of this nature, of this topic, they tend not to listen because they don't want to hear it because we know what it's all about. They just don't want to talk about it because it bothers them. So the only outlet I have is to talk to you guys or get on YouTube or talk to my kids about it. Because if I even bring up this topic with anybody else, they don't want to hear it or like it's a conspiracy and I'm like this obsessed person. It's not obsessed. When you start looking back into the history of, just Cuba, you see how the communist regime started, going back to Batista. Even before that, there was more times of revolution even before that. I know people make a big deal about Che Guevara and how he used to be with Castro and, fighting over there in South America and then come over here to Cuba to liberate Cuba from Batista. But back then, that was considered, going from red to black. When we talk about pills, because Batista apparently was a very corrupt, capitalistic person, and he was. Let me see, what's up, dude? What's going on, Laws? So, what Che Guevara and what Fidel Castro did was trying to liberate Cuba But what came after was worse. You know what I mean? With all the shit they talked about Batista, and of course he wasn't, any better. But the fact is, people had somewhat freedom. It was more capitalistic. Which, look, any way you look at it, whether it's communism, socialism, they're all going to have problems. There's problems on both sides of the equation. 3 sides, 4 sides. There's all problems to every situation. Let me see. I'm grilling. Be right back. Okay, no problem. So, again, you got to look at it from other people's point of view. Look, I understand what you guys are saying, and I understand there's a reason to get upset, and you're upset, but to just give up just because you know or you think what's going to happen might happen, there's no reason to give up. Okay? Did the slaves give up back in the day? No, they kept fighting. They joined up with their white brothers and Hispanic brothers and Koreans and everything else, and they fought back. Remember, we actually went through an actual civil war. What's happening now, it's fucking petty bullshit. People having online fights. Come on. People used to sit there hand-to-hand combat. That's when the shit was real. When the shit was hand-to-hand combat in your own back. Hard fighting your own cousins and brothers and sisters and stuff like that for freedom to live. That's when shit is shit. But only because you hear some fucking, you listen to keto conservative and he fucking wakes you up because you read a fucking book. Is that gonna make you give up? Is that the kind of shit that you guys are just gonna just chew up and, oh, that's it, I'm gonna give up, it's all over? Come on, man. The MAGA movement, did we give up during the election? Having no hopes at all? Knowing that the whole mainstream media was backing up Hillary? Did we give up? No, we kept fighting and fighting. And the worse it got, did we ever give up once? No. We kept going and going and going and going and going. Until what happened? And to the point that we won. Did anybody see that coming? Did anybody actually think? I knew based on the actual real numbers that Trump was going to win. But you guys, even to the last minute, hey, the ship, what's going on, buddy? Even to the last minute, everybody thought that Hillary was going to win because you were eating up CNN, you were eating up MSNBC. You kept buying into the mainstream bullshit. Exactly. Fuck them fuckers, man. They completely don't get it. The reason why Trump won because everybody was fed up. And it wasn't just the white people. It was the Spanish people. It was even the blacks were fed up with this bullshit. Who was winning in the last 8 years? What happened in the last 8 years that everybody was like, oh, it's so great, Obama's so good? No, the mainstream media, the Democrats, they brain fucked you, they mind fucked you into thinking everything was okay. Nothing that Obama did, people criticized. It was like all day, everything. The roses smell good. Everything's all good. The Obama is Jesus Christ Almighty. He is here to help the world make it a better place. Did you guys fall for that bullshit? That's sad. If you didn't research a little bit yourself or what the fuck was really going on, and I'm talking to you too, everybody. I'm talking to people on the left and the right. You guys let it happen. You guys seriously sat there and thought that Obama was this fucking, like, because he was so articulate and because he was so clean and he was so spoken, like, oh, yeah, he was so presidential. That's all it was. It was a fucking act. It was an act. It was the best acting president, literally acting, because that's all he was doing, acting. And you guys fell for it. And then for 8 years, we sit there and we swallowed it and we swallowed and we swallowed it. And then, of course, when we actually have an opportunity to have somebody that can stand up to him, that's fought against him, based on the shitty-ass last 8 years, what do you think was going to happen? Everybody turned to Obama because they saw somebody like Trump alpha male, somebody who's going to stand up for us, somebody who's going to actually give us a voice that he said he was. And he did. And he's doing it. And if you're falling for this bullshit, keto conservative bullshit, even if it's true, who fucking gives a fuck? Yeah, and I'm talking everybody right now. I try to go on other people's shit, and they had limited broadcasting, like it's all a secret. It's not a fucking secret, guys. You just found out about this now. I've known about this for years. It doesn't mean you give up and turn into a little bitch about it. Do something about it. Get off your fucking couch. Stop pacing back and forth with a fucking cigarette in your mouth and do something about it. We can all sit here and live stream all day, bringing up conspiracy theories until your head explodes. But the fact of the matter is, look, the Jews over there in Israel have been trying to expand forever and a day. Obviously, a smart thing to do is their biggest ally is the United States. And obviously, it's clear that they're trying to expand the map, get rid of Palestine, and everything in their wake. So obviously, do you think they really want the Muzzies to stay there? Obviously not. They want to get them, boot them over here, boot them to Europe, boot to other countries. And that's what they've been doing for a long time. And if anybody thinks that that hasn't been happening, look what just happened today. Le Pen lost. What does that tell you right now? Does that mean we're winning? Wrong. That means obviously they did something to the election to fuck it over. Because they learned from what happened to Brexit. They learned to what happened over here in the West. So they just fixed the whole damn thing. You think everybody was actually going for Macron? Come on, guys. Over there, they're an actual liberal, very liberal country. At least over here, we're kind of like a 50-50 thing happening there. Over there, their red pill is an actual blue pill over there. And that's what to them, that's normal. Liberalism over there is normal. We hate it. To us, it's cancer. And we want to choke and spit that shit out of our mouth. And then slap yourself like 3 times for even thinking that fucking thought. But over there, that's how the French, they're very, how do you say, kind of close-minded into the aspects of anything else but being open and accepting, even if they're going to come to your country and destroy you. Because they don't give a fuck. The rich people, the elites, even this new guy who literally ran as a globalist ticket, they did the smart thing. The one thing that probably Hillary forgot to do was pay off the people at the polls. Pay them off. Because it's a lot cheaper than sitting there and try to do the whole rally thing that Trump did over and over again. So guys, you guys got to wake up. And remember, it's not over. Even though they're doing what they're doing, you can't fucking give up. Okay? We're here, and we're a whole new generation of people. And you cannot say, you're going to sit there and say, oh, the MAGA movement's over. The MAGA move is over. Why the fuck is it over? Why? Because Trump didn't do exactly what you wanted him to do? We keep saying over and over again, Trump is a puppet to no one, right? Right? Okay, if Macron was female, spouse would be incarcerated or on sex offender list and not a husband. Oh, okay. But what I'm talking about here, guys, is the fact that a lot of people are freaking out, and they're even closing up their chats to their own little crew of people, thinking that they actually discovered something that I've known for a long time. We got to be open with each other. We got to be honest with each other. If you want to get ahead in life, you don't close bridges. You open them. I'm not freaking out. They're the idiots. Keto read a fucking book, and then he started talking about in general terms of what's happening, which is somewhat true, but some of it can be stopped. And once you start stopping piece by piece, just like happened with Trump in the election, a lot of people believed that there was no way Trump was going to win because Hillary had it rigged or whatever the fuck. What's happened? A lot of people in Periscope, they think they know it all because they read a book from back in the day about all kinds of stupid shit that they're implementing till today, right now, because one of the Periscope people said some shit to them, and somebody else who has a lot of influence over other people literally actually drinking the Kool-Aid, and now everybody's freaking out left and right like the whole thing's over. It's over. I'm sorry. It's over. You know what? Fuck that attitude, man. I'm sorry for listening to the shit. I don't know, some stupid dialect fucking shit from back in the fucking 30s and 20s. And there's another book from back in 1897. And apparently in that book, it says that the Jewish people are trying to make us, the American people, clear out all the brown people from the Middle East for Israel to expand. So now everybody's freaking out because that's the truth. But that's been happening for years. I was a bit stumped by Syrian attack, rubbed me the wrong way. Exactly. Look, Trump is not fucking stupid. Guys, if you voted for Trump or you're in that bandwagon mentality, look, that's what they're gonna tell you. Everybody gonna say, "Oh, you're just drinking the Kool-Aid about Trump." What fucking Kool-Aid? Why do we vote for Trump? Why do we vote for Trump? Because we're just obsessed with Trump. We love. No, it has to do with Trump. It has to do with common sense of people like me and you that vote for somebody that was not Hillary Clinton. We already knew her history, okay? There was multiple things why the MAGA movement became to what it was. Trump may have coined the phrase. Kushner may have designed the phrase. But overall, it was in us the whole entire time. It wasn't really about Trump. It was about the movement. Our movement saying that we've had a fucking enough of this liberal backwards thinking. We're tired of this fucking transgender bullshit. Tired of the fucking white, what do you call it, your white privilege card that the blacks throw on whites. Or even me, that I'm fucking Cuban, and I try to say that I have fucking white privilege because I'm white-skinned. But I'm Hispanic, which doesn't it doesn't make any fucking sense. Guys, look, the fact of the matter is, think about it. Think about what you're saying, okay? You're freaking other people out based on a fucking book to some other guy explain to you. Yeah, I'm talking to Mark, and I'm talking to Anthony, and I'm talking to all SoCals, all you motherfuckers. They're gonna sit here and whine and bitch and talk about your that I don't know, like you just give up so easily. You know, you guys get in a stupid little circle group of shit. Everybody starts eating your shit, and you're doing the same thing that the left does. You're acting like them. You're literally turning to Antifa. Because somebody read something in a book and you want to take that as fucking the truth, as that's how things should be because you read something from fucking 70 years ago. That makes it like now in 2017 is the same. That's going to happen again? Why? Why? Because he convinced you? How stupid could you be? How stupid could you be that you let some fucking liberal left motherfucker play with your head? He literally told you what was going on, and he literally did exactly what you said would never happen to you, happened to you. You fell and drank for his Kool-Aid. This guy is literally doing the Saul Alinsky tactics on you, and you guys just ate it up. And because somebody else said it to you and convinced you, all the rest of the group are just going to follow. Oh my God, it's all over. The Jewish people are taking over. Man, the Jewish people been taking over. Guys, when I was a teenager, I knew this. Okay, I'm 38 years old. And my uncle was a cop in the city of Miami police for over 30 years. And I used to go on ride-alongs when I was back in high school as a teenager. And I used to do reports and I used to do the news in school. And I would do this research, but some of these things that were never talked about. There were always silenced. There were always things you never. I tried to do these reports back in the day, and they wouldn't let me. But now, as a grown up, thinking back, I'm like, okay, I understand why they're doing that. Let me tell you something. People think, oh, it's like I asked my uncle one day this question: Who, as a cop, I want to know, who's like the toughest gang? Who is like the strongest like mafia type of people? The real, you know what I'm saying? The ones that not even you fuck with. And my uncle was straight. This guy, he doesn't drink, he don't smoke, he don't do nothing. He was a legit cop. He did his job. I mean, like, he just went after the bad guys. He was an inspiration. But it this way, he was so fucking cool that his birthday was on 4th of July. That was his birthday. Just to give you a little taste of what kind of person this guy was. So I asked him that question, and he tells me, And it freaked me out because I had no clue. I was thinking it was the Italian mob, the Cuban mob, or even fucking people in Colombia. You know what I'm saying? The traffickers, even our government. And I never forget what he told me. We were on Collins on South Beach. And he points at this guy. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, well, what about him? He just points. And he kept pointing at this guy, right? I'm like, why do you keep pointing at that guy? And he talks like, hey, dudes. He just told me, hey, it's them. What do you mean? What do you mean it's them? So when I look, it was a fucking old man sitting in the corner with a hat, a black hat, with little hairs dripping down his face, like that. You know, just chilling there in the sun, reading a book, right? And I'm thinking, wait a minute, aren't those Jewish people? So why, who are they? They look innocent. They don't, he ain't bothering nobody. I don't see him. And so that's what they want you to think. They want you to think that they do no harm. The thing is, they're smart. They make other people do their shit for them. And that's the truth. The truth is, the Jewish people, they're the ones running the show. Think about that. Next time when you read a title, next time when you read watch a movie, you're going to see Bernstein and all this stuff, Stein and all that stuff, all of Hollywood. The majority, like all of the government. When you follow the money and you go high up, it's always the fucking Jews. Always. Now, I have nothing against Jews. I never had a problem with a Jew. I be honest with you, I've probably known maybe 2 Jews my whole fucking life. One that I met in college and one that I happened to bump into at a gas station once. And they seemed cool to me. They never bothered me. But apparently they're sneaky. They're very, very, like, you know, they know a lot of shit and they tend to keep to themselves. They're smart. You know what I mean? Like if they were going to do something, they don't do it themselves. Thank you. I appreciate that, Trev. What, 16? So, yeah. So I kept trying to ask him questions, and he kind of like, I'm sitting in a cop car, and this is during the day. You know, it's a nice, beautiful day, and I thought I was just going to ask a question, and I was going to go on to another one. But once, the way he told me, as he pointed them out, it's kind of like I started thinking, why didn't he just talk and tell me what he meant by that? So he started like speaking in code, like they were listening to him. Remember, he's a fucking cop. He's the one that goes after the bad guys, and he's not scared to get shot. This guy, he's been in shootouts, he's been shot at, so he's like a fucking badass motherfucker. You know what I mean? For him to sit there and point at an old man and do it in a way that he's actually scared to point at a fucking old man, that scared the fuck out of me. Because this guy was like my hero. He is my hero. He's still around. And he knows a lot of shit. And I will have conversations with him. Man, the knowledge on this guy. The thing is, like, when you work the streets, especially in a city like Miami, you hear so many things. And you just, there's so much knowledge on the streets out there that'll literally blow your mind. When I went in the car, I was not expecting to find out about this. But, yeah, in Miami. Yeah, Miami, Florida. But right there on South Beach. Because if you notice there, the Jewish people, they go to their retire. That's their place. You know what I mean? Miami Beach is fucking beautiful. The beaches out there are beautiful. Every time you go to the beach, you walk out there. And mind you, I lived there my whole life. And I love it when I was single. You know what I mean? Like, or when I was just without kids. It's a good place if you're single or you want to take a girl out to the beach and stuff like that. Perfect place for single. But when you have kids, you can't live there. It's impossible. It's too expensive. It's too crazy. It's too dangerous. You don't want to do that. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. So think about it like this. They control everything. Literally everything. Let me see. Old man might have been the boss. No pointing fingers. Might cost him his job or worse. Right. But again, this is what I'm talking about was back in the day when I was still in high school. Back when I was like 9th, 10th grade, when I was doing, I used to work to a TV station. It was called BTV. It was a high school station. You know what I mean? Like, only the people in my school actually watched that shit. You know what I mean? So I was going too deep about it. I had a couple of stories that I wanted to do, but they never got broadcast. I still got the tape somewhere in the fucking garage. I gotta find them. But the fact of the matter is, I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't read. I mean, I couldn't talk about it. I had to keep that shit in the down low. But the fact of the matter is, I knew that a long, long time ago. So every time, ever since that story was told to me and explained to me, every time I see one, I'm literally super nice to them. Literally. Like if I see one, I open the door for them. Yes, sir. And I'm super cool with them. Killed your breaking news story. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, that, once you're told something and it throws you off, whatever story you're doing goes in the back burner. So, researching, even when I was in the military, I still found out so much that to this day I can't even talk about. But the fact of the matter is, it is what it is. But look, they are good people. Obviously, they have their agenda, but we all have our agenda. America has their agenda. Muslims have their agenda. Israel has their agenda. UK has theirs. Russia, they all do. Nobody wants to have war. Let me see. Now you know the man was watching your every move, son. Can't get out of line. I can get out of line all I want to because I already have the knowledge. I know what to do. I know what to say. I know how to act at the right time. I've dealt with them on many occasions. They do their thing. I don't bother them. They don't bother me. As simple as that. And that's how it should be. It's out of mutual respect. And it doesn't matter whether it's them or like I'm Cuban. And sometimes I have beef with Colombians or Mexicans. And we're all Hispanic. But here in America, it seems like they tend to put us all in one bucket. There's different type of black people. They're not all the same. You have Jamaicans. You have Haitians. You have regular American people. You have actual South Africans from Africa. Do you know how many races are Hispanic? Oof. There's so many you can't even count them. And, the only difference is sometimes they have a different dialect. They speak differently in how they say things. So, no matter who's in charge, the ones on the very, very top are doing what they're doing because they all have an agenda. There's nothing to fear because deep down, whether it's Hillary, whether it's Trump or Obama, the president, they only control so much. You can't sit there and fucking point the finger at Trump or Obama or any of them and say, oh, it's your fault. It's their fault. There's only so much they can do. Because at the end of the day, everybody answers to somebody. Now, again, you guys just give up because this literally blew your mind because you just found out about this. And I understand that. It freaks everybody out. I get it. I like what you said. They know how to get others to do their dirty jobs. Yeah. If you look up any gangster movie, now, do you really think in all those gangster movies, they're already told exactly how they were? You don't think the names are changed? You don't think the actual race was changed? The whole Italian mafia thing? You think the whole Italian mafia thing were all Italian? You never come a thought in your mind that maybe, just maybe, the head of the mafia could have been a Jewish guy? Or it could have been a black guy? Look at that movie, for example, which is based on a true story. Look at that movie, American Gangster. Who happened to be the boss of bosses? Do you guys remember that? Yeah, it was a black guy. Portrayed by Denzel Washington. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's a really good movie. Like, I out of gangster movies, I'll rate that in my top 5. Top 5 for that one, I would say I love Casino, Goodfellas. I think Goodfellas was my favorite one. Then second, I would say Scarface because I've seen it a billion times. What was another one I like a lot? The Godfather. The Godfather was good. I like that one. It was kind of long though, but it was good. So, and Blow. I just love fucking Blow. Johnny Depp did a fucking badass job in the movie Blow. But anyways, you guys got to realize that it doesn't matter who's in charge. Look, we're just peons. All right? We're living literally in a fucking hamster cage, people. So only because this is happening and you just realize it's happening, it's not really going to affect your life in a way that it's going to end everything. Don't think that. This has been going on for over 100 years. And only because you found out about it now doesn't mean it's going to speed up the process. If you're woke, fine. And what I mean by woke is that looking at everything from the outside. Outside the box. Outside of our everyday lives. There are people controlling our leaders. It's always been that way. The president is president. Yeah, we voted him in. But at the same time, there's people behind the scenes that no matter what the president or the next president comes, everything's going to stay stable because they want everything stable. They need everything stable. Because if something else goes wrong, they lose too. Simple as that. So there's nothing to freak out. Us as peons, haven't anybody told you, oh, it doesn't really matter. We say it because it's really kind of true, but people blow it. If you're really into politics, I say, oh, that's bullshit. It's not. When you got, it's been the most craziest thing of all time. You see, my boss is Jewish, been schooled already, but there are levels even amongst them. Of course there is. They're very smart. They're very calculated. They're very organized. They know what to do. They know how to push your buttons. And it's in a different way. Okay? They're smooth about it. They'll affect you in ways that you don't even think about. Now, I understand you're scared, and I know it might freak you out right now. Sleep on it. Just chill out. Don't give up. Let me see. Phony outrage from snowflakes who claim they're just finding the slave chains on our ankles. Exactly. Guys, let me tell you something. You know what my worst, not to talk shit about women. You know, I love women. I love my mom. I love my grandma. I love my daughter. But for me, the worst time that I had when you talk about being a slave was when I was married. That was my ball and chain. When I was married, oh my God. Dude, I hated it. I would never do it again. I was married for 13 years. I've been divorced 6, and it's been the 6 best years of my life. I got custody of the kids. I got the business. I got the house and everything. And she had a lawyer, and I did not. I did the lawyering myself, and I won. But now, I'm the boss. I got the freedom to do what the fuck I want, and it's the best thing in the world for me. You know what I mean? I get to be a father to my kids better than my parents ever been. I served 8 years. I feel you. Freedom. Yeah, guys, look. Whether you're a guy or a girl, being locked on to somebody, which for some people that's a good thing. But for me, I hate being told what to do. Whether it's a relationship or a job or whatever. I just don't like it. You know? If I piss on the toilet seat, who fucking cares? Wipe it up. If I leave my underwear in the bathroom because I took a fucking quick shower and you're going to throw a bitch fit, who the fuck wants to deal with that kind of stupid shit? Now again, I'm just comparing this situation because that's kind of simple everyday stuff, right? What happens in the very, very top doesn't really affect as much. Maybe the whole healthcare thing was what we mean. Marriage isn't as advertised. It's a legal contract with the state. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, forget the marriage part. Just a relationship in general. Just the fact that the other person somewhat controls you and tells you what to do, and you have to sit there and follow for it because you want their inner thigh. It's fucking bullshit. It's not worth the shit you go through. I see people in my own family that literally get married and they've been married and they're so fucking whooped that I just roll my eyes like, oh my God, I am so glad I'm not living that life because it was just fucking devastating. I can remember going, to this day I have nightmares sometimes. I wake up in a cold sweat like she's still next to me. Exactly. Wait, passive aggressive, under-habit control to, yeah. Like, look, listen to me. I still make, my ex, we still hang out. We try to be good friends. Sometimes if shit hits the fan, like every other weekend. But, you know, she comes over on the weekends. I let her hang out, you know, stay over a couple of times. But even then, you have to walk on eggshells. Because any little thing you do, you get fucking criticized. Anything you say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you gotta do this, you gotta do that, or this has to be clean this way. Fuck that shit, man. But at least you have a spine. Exactly. And that's what's happening to a lot of guys all over the world, especially people on the left. They're letting women take control over their whole lives. And I understand that. I've been there and done that. And when I see these big fucking pep rallies or let me see. Yeah, it's exactly. You're being demasculated. And when I'm talking about like Antifa, notice that the majority of the time, the person in charge of these fucking riots and protests is usually a girl. When are all the coon gonna go back to Africa? They're not going anywhere, dude. It's not even calling them coons or niggas. Don't do that. That shit ain't cool. You know what I mean? That needs to stop. That's just like old. You know, I'm not talking shit about you. I'm just saying like calling people names in general. That's fine. I don't care. But I'm saying like sometimes, you know, don't get yourself in trouble. You don't have to. You know what I mean? On the down low in the bathroom while you're singing with the windows up, fine, that's cool. But that's kind of shit that's kind of fucking, you know, fucked up sometimes, you know? But anyways, the biggest lockdown in your life is marriage, hands down. Women actually don't like it. They prefer real men, but feminists has hijacked family. Yeah. But pay attention to Antifa and BLM. Who are the leaders of these organizations? They may be getting paid by George Soros, but the leaders, the major influencers in the whole group are women. Thank you. Trev Watts. They're women. And it doesn't matter if you're black or white or purple. It doesn't fucking matter. The women are instigating this. They're fucking with these guys who never had pussy, can't get pussy, and they think by being nice to this hot, superpowered chick that they're going to get laid. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But they're being mind fucked by money, by pussy, but overall by women. By women. Laugh out loud, you know too much. Exactly. And if you're a chick and you're in here, you know what I'm talking about. You women are trying to control the men and you're making them fucking insane. That is the worst thing that's happening all over the world. Women, you need to let men be men. Or they're literally gonna fuck us all. A mind who's controlled by the vagina is no mind at all. Let a man lead. Let me see, even worse if they were raised by single mothers. Yes, exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. Now listen, this is not a white thing. This is not a black thing. This is not a Hispanic thing. This is I'm a horny thing, and it's literally fucking up the globe. And it goes up and down the spectrum. I don't give a fuck what religion you're in. I don't care if you're black or white. I don't care if you're Muslim or Jewish or Christian. A lot of these women are brainwashing their kids at a young age. Let me see. Absence of male figures has damaged our society, unfortunately. Yes. But you guys, I've spoken to most of you guys that are here. I've talked to you guys before. You need to teach your daughters respect. Love your daughters. Teach them that they don't have to do what the ones in the past have done. Explain to them. Be honest with them. Let them come to you for advice. Let them say when they go and they're going to get their diploma and they're going to do a speech about daddy, that they're going to say, thank you, daddy. Thank you, daddy. That's my ultimate goal in life. That shit will bring tears to your eyes, guys. You hear me? These women need guidance. They don't have none from a young age. And when I see these girls getting on Periscope over and over again, taking their clothes off, it's sad. It's fucking sad. And us as men, we need to fix this fucking cycle. Look, I love politics as much as the next guy. But guys, put the fucking phone down, which I'm going to do right now after this. Spend time with your daughters and your sons. Go outside. Buy a fucking bow and arrow. Teach them how to shoot a bow and arrow. Go fishing with them. Go swimming. Teach them how to swim. Teach them how to ride a bike. Teach them about our history in America. Teach them about what's going on in other countries and how they need to appreciate what's going on here right now. Because right now we live in the best time in this whole entire history of our country. Everything has never been or easier. Right now you can actually get online, open up a fucking business within 5 minutes online and sell anything, guys. Literally anything. It's never been the best time in the world to be American, to be alive. Never easier. There was no technology back in the day to do what's going on right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. But just remember, we all have to be inspired. And instead of letting them be influenced by their friends in school or their aunts or their uncles, no. Mommy, daddy. Or even if you're raising your niece or nephew because something happened. Watch over them. Get off the fucking TV. Get off the fucking computer. Go outside with them. Play baseball with them. Teach them how to throw a football. Go to the tennis racket. Teach them how to play tennis or golf or whatever the fuck. Get them off the electronics. Go outside. Breathe some fresh air. Stand up right now and say, you know what? Let's change this cycle now. Let's stop the overweight. Let's stop the bullshit that we've been fed since we were kids. It's all a lie. All a fucking lie. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of knowledge and common sense. I'm 38 years old. I'm a single guy raising 3 young kids. My oldest son is 11. My daughter's 9. And I have a 6-year-old boy. Do you know anybody else like me? A single father, taking care of business, taking care of 3 kids by himself. I even went back to school again because I'm starting programming. Because I want to be able to make apps quicker and all that shit because technology changes. But what I'm saying is, guys, if you haven't been close to your kids, now is the best time to turn those kids into the future leaders of America. That's what you have to worry about. Not this bullshit that's going on with our leaders. All that shit, that's just politics. And we can fuck around. We can talk about all kinds of shit all day long and think, oh, it's over. No, it's not over, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not over. And people say, oh, they keep saying, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Because I'm not. Everything happens for a reason. If you make a mistake, learn from your mistake. Move on. Stop dwelling in the past. Black people, slavery happened over 150 years ago. That's it. The best time to be black is right now. So forget that white privilege shit. Get it out of your head. Black people, white people, same shit. We're all equal. We all have the same opportunities. We're all equal. You can do what you want, when you want, but you have to put in the work. Nobody's going to do it for you. Learn something. Pick up a fucking book. And if you don't know how to do it and you can't figure out by the book, go on YouTube and watch the videos. There's tutorials on everything. If you don't know how to do it, watch the tutorial. They'll literally tell you step by step on anything you want to do. You want to be a mechanic? Go online. Get a book. Study it. You don't even have to go to college for it. You can actually work for a mechanic place and not have a degree. Just show them what you can do. That happens every day. I've seen people get hired as a mechanic while having no degree whatsoever. I've seen people go into the field of politics, not even graduated high school. Why? Because they know how to talk and they have their own personal thing that makes them who they are. If you're a good person, you can communicate and you know how to talk to people, maybe you'll be a great salesperson. Because everybody needs a good communicator of who the good person that you are. Somebody may not like you right away, but the next person might love you. Everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Guys, we're all unique in our own freaking way. There's going to be people who like you. There's going to be people who hate you. Then there's going to be people that, I'll just watch and see what's going on. Maybe he'll grow on me. We all have the opportunity to be rich. We all have the opportunity to be influential to the next person. In life, you know what? Sometimes, even if you can't handle it by yourself, find somebody out there that is already in your field and let them mentor you. Like, if you want to get into law, Go into a law office one day and ask, hey, is it okay if you can be my mentor and teach me what you do? That's having a mentor, somebody to guide you in the field that you want to get into. It's a really good opportunity to do something in life, because sometimes we all need guidance. Sometimes you're born without parents. Who are you going to go to? Go to your aunt, go to your uncle, go to your grandmother, somebody who's successful. Always try to pick people above you, people that are positive, people that are going to tell you, give you some kind of guidance or teach you how to get there. The ones that are rich and successful, there's a reason why they're there. I mean, some of them got it from their parents giving them the money. Some didn't. Some just did it from scratch, or they got lucky. But go out there and find the right person that you can get along with, someone that you can probably help them, and in return they help you. And then maybe one day you can be a mentor to them, and so on. And you keep passing it forward. But as of right now, I come here once in a while and I do my scopes once every other day. For me, I love what I do. I do this and I have several different businesses and an entrepreneur, and I sell things and I talk to people and I influence them. But you can do this too. Whatever anybody does, learn from them. Ask them questions. Make your life better. Don't get all pissed off because fucking Trump shot a rocket into Syria. There's always a reason behind it. You're not there. You don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Okay? Whatever Trump does, he does because there's something going on that made him do it. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what intel he has that we don't. You can't just buy the mainstream media bullshit and say, oh, no, but CNN said this, and MSNBC said this, or Fox News said that. Who cares? He's the president, not you. We're a movement. Trump is the cause and effect of what happened in the last 8 years. Remember that. Is he going to be perfect? Fuck no. Nobody's perfect. But you have to think, sleep on it, think about it, do your research, and see why he came to that conclusion of what he did before you overreact. Because I've seen people do it all the time. Oh, he did this. That's it. I'm off the Trump train. Really? Just because of one thing. The whole 2 years we've been on the Trump train, and you're just gonna jump off of it because he did one thing that you didn't like. Guys, come on, give me a fucking break. Really? Like, you're fucking perfect? He who is without sin cast the first stone. We didn't hire perfect. We hired a businessman. We hired a sales guy to go in there to sell the shit out of America, to make sure they all buy it and they all come into our side. Trump is the account executive of our account. He is going to go in there and make us money. He's going to go in there and do what's best for our country, for our account. I'm speaking like this because I've been in business. I've worked for American Express for over 10 years. And this is how business gets done. There's going to be good deals. There's going to be bad deals. And there's going to be deals you're like, what the fuck did you do that for? Hey, you can't win them all. He's doing the best that he can. He's literally learning on the job. Now, again, you're going to call me, oh, you're just being an apologetic person to Trump and I'm sucking his cock and I'm always on the Trump train. No. I was upset. When he did the rocket in Syria, I was upset. It was so spontaneous. But then I started thinking, who was there? Obviously, I already said this before. China was there. He's showing off in front of China, showing some fucking muscle. You know what I mean? Some fucking balls, some cojones. I always show you guys that sign why I voted for Trump. Yeah, let me show you the actual sign that I'm talking about. Guys, I'm live, so you gotta stop. I'm almost done. Here's one of the signs that I have here. Can you read that? Trump, vote for someone with balls. People always ask me, why did I vote for Trump? That's the reason. He had the balls to say it, to do it. That's it. All the other stuff is just crap. He has the balls and the potential to get anything done. Wet foot, dry foot. Exactly. That was fucked up that Obama did that. He got rid of wet foot, dry foot. To me, that was racist. See, nobody said nothing about wet foot, dry foot on the Cubans, right? Nobody said shit. But when, let me see, we put him in, me and you. Yeah. But when he said something about Mexico, automatic racist. Trump was an automatic racist because he said he wants to build the wall, and because he called some Mexican rapist. Okay? That's when that whole Kate person was raped and murdered. That's when he did that speech when he came out, because he got hard. A parent came to him with a concern that his daughter was murdered, raped, killed, and that's when he got on stage and said, "Oh, those Mexicans, they're rapists," and then some of them I assume are good people, but if you hear the whole thing, it was about immigration. Yeah, Kate Steindy, yeah, that's right. But the whole point is that he does everything for a reason. When he was talking about the Muslims, it's because we had just gotten attacked. He gets very emotional because when somebody hurts America, it actually hurts him. It bothers him. You think it bothers Hillary Clinton or Obama? No. What's the first fucking thing they say when they get on stage? Oh, we can't say anything against Islam because they're a peaceful people. We can't offend them. Obama, fuck you. Hillary Clinton, fuck you. And Macron, you're just president right now, fuck you too. How about that? These people are pieces of shit. And if you keep falling for the mainstream media, you're the problem, not us. I heard him praise us for voting for him, majority. I thought he would have reversed it, maybe. Like, it doesn't matter, guys. People are saying, oh, MAGA's over. Why is MAGA over? Why? Because somebody else told you something else that's been in effect for over 100 years, and now, because you find out the truth, you're just going to give up? Who cares what they're doing? You don't give up on a movement like this. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to change things. We already have. The first step is winning. Trump won. That's step one. Everything else, we need to stick together. And don't fall apart when he's one of these fucking douchebags on the left or the right, or one of these optimistic people or crazy people that start saying some shit that make you scared because they read something in a book. That's really going to bother you and make you cry and make you hide into a tunnel and sit there and die? No, fuck that. Okay, good. So we know. Okay, at the end of the day, what have we learned so far? Rewind back to the beginning of this. Jewish people have been in charge for years. Who cares? Does it affect you really what they're fucking doing? Nope. As long as they don't start bringing all the Muslims over here, who gives a fuck, right? Who cares? If they want to push them to Europe, let France have them. Let Germany have them. Let them have them. But over here, And Trump is already doing that. Remember the travel ban? He worked that for the travel ban, and the liberals are pushing back. But besides that, forget about it. I think it's misunderstood. They are just successful and close opportunity. Yeah. Look, they can help Syria over there. They can help the immigration or these people over there. You don't have to bring them over here. I'll be happy to donate to them. I'll open up a fucking GoFundMe page just for them. Build houses for Syria, build houses for the refugee, whatever. As long as they don't come over here, we're good, right? Do we all agree? Can I get a yes? Press 1 if you agree that the immigration and the refugees, we can help them over there. Press 1 now. Thank you. Does anybody else second that notion? I meant Jews, though. Jews, what about them? Guys, there's nothing we can do about that. The majority of them, I would say about 80% of them, are in charge of everything. There's nothing we can do about that. Their control of the money, that's what people are scared of. The printing, fine. They can print to oblivion. I mean, they are just good at what they do. Yeah, they're good with numbers. They're good with money. They've always been that way. People joke around all the time. Oh, don't leave those 2 pennies there because there's going to be a Jew walking by. I hear that shit all the time. But we say that because that's a stereotype. Just like Chinese people, they can't drive. Apparently. I haven't seen that, but that's like a joke that always goes around. Doesn't make you racist. It's a fucking joke. Get over it. You know, like they say jokes about gay people. There was one guy that said something about gay people, and they were like, oh, why do they get us so uptight when you talk about gay people? Like, and the guy says, oh, man, if they can take a dick, they can take a joke. You see, that's a funny joke. But it's funny. Don't get bent out of shape for it. But people crack on everybody all the time. We shouldn't have to kill each other over a fucking joke. If the left can get away with it, the right can do it. Everybody's equal. Okay? Good jokes, bad jokes. You shouldn't be deemed a fucking racist because you're trying to make somebody laugh. I think that's the biggest hypocrisy from anything that's happening right now. A lot of people are getting fired for jokes, or they're bent out of shape, for whatever the case may be, and it's all based on bullshit. Because when the left does some stupid, crazy shit, the whole media looks the other way. Somebody on the right does it, oh no, that's it, it's over. You're gonna die and go to hell. Simple as that. But that has to change. It should be a level playing field, no matter what it is. Hopefully Trump will get to that. And I think he would. Guys, just be aware. Don't fall for the hype. And if you're watching this and some of the other people didn't watch this, come on here, because I didn't see many people come on here today. Just tell them, chill the fuck out, okay? Don't get your panties in a bunch, because right now, there's worse shit happening than you to freak out to find out, oh my God, the Jewish people are just trying to take over the Middle East. Who cares? They've been trying to do it over 100 years. And now because you find out something, you cannot let that shit just completely derail you. Derail a movement that's been in effect for 2 years. Okay? Don't be a pussy. The MAGA movement ain't going nowhere. We are strong. We are powerful. And don't let these weak-minded motherfuckers bring you down with them. Okay? Stay positive. Stay vigilant. Okay? Don't give on Trump. Do not give up on Trump. Don't give up on me, because I have 3 kids and I'm training my kids to be soldiers. I'm training my kids to be heads of all that shit. And we have a good heart. We have common sense. We speak 2 languages, possibly even 3 or 4 by the time when they get older. But they're the future. Your kids are the future. Teach them right. And don't be a negative fucking dickhead. Or don't be a fucking negative bitch, okay? Teach your kids fucking right, alright? Get the fuck off the phones. Take them outside to go fucking play. Teach them shit that's going to help them in the future. Teach them how to do laundry. Teach them how to do the fucking dishes. Okay? Teach them how to sweep and mop the floors. Their first job, no matter what it is, all that shit's going to come into effect. So teach them how to do it right. Okay? Teach them how to make their bed. Show them how to tie their shoes. There's so many things to teach kids. They're sponges. Okay? So get the fuck off the phone. Get off the computer. Get off your fucking ass. And go change the world right now. You can start with your kids. And have your kids be a good influence to the rest of them. If we do that, that's what's going to fix this country. One step at a time. But fix your home first. Okay? Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about your fucking self. Okay? Get to work. Alright, guys? Guys, I hope you enjoyed my podcast here. I'm going to have this on YouTube in a little while. Thank you for watching. If you go to YouTube right now, Truth TV News Network, please subscribe. Leave a comment there. Tell me what you think. And I really, guys, appreciate you watching. Again, for Truth TV News, I'm Jose Valdez, a.k.a. Jay. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Stay vigilant. Peace.